Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do another premiere draft of Crimson Vow. Last time we had kind of an interesting deck, a very interesting deck, one that I kind of wanted to play, and we ended up getting 7 wins with it. Some of the games went kind of long, and so I had to split up the video into 2 parts. I didn't want to post like a 2.5 hour video on YouTube. That feels like a little much. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully, things work out well this time. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Now, I did notice a lot of the games we won, like, we were actually about to lose those games. Except we had that catapult guy, and then, like, we had enough to just throw at our opponents to kill them before they could either swing out with their bigger, better board state and whatnot. Okay. Do we want to do this again? Do we want to do this again? Kinda do, to be honest. And there's not a whole lot else interesting in this pack. Thalia can be decent, but I'm not super excited about Thalia. I'm definitely more excited about this, and if this isn't open, green-black ends up not being open, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. We're not losing out on any, like, good removal spells in this pack or anything, so I'm gonna take it. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, right away. We know that card was kind of good. That card also kind of wheeled as well. I think the pick here might actually be the Flame Blessed Bolt. Just take a good, decent red removal spell. And I was kind of complaining that we haven't really seen too many of those. Could also take the Evolving Wilds here, but yeah. We'll be fine. Here we have a Fellstinger, which would be probably the best card in the pack, and another card that I very rarely see. So I think I'm going to take that. We can pick these up at other points. Same with the Weaver of Blossoms, maybe. Alright, and here we've got... I'm usually not a big fan of the Infestation Expert, but if we are doing the thing with the Lumberknot, I mean, it does kind of pair with it. Also, I do like the pack song Pup. Pup, pup, pup. I always got to do that. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to get good stuff, but also this big green card. Sometimes I end up cutting it. I don't know. I felt underwhelmed by it, and we're doing this. We're just... Where do I need Spore Crawler? Black-green does kind of crave card draw, and I can get Sharpshooters later. Spore Crawler is not a card we're going to be able to get a ton of. And even if we just play black-green and just run that, it's still a 4/4 for 4, which is very reasonable in its own right. We're definitely going to want the Gluttonous Guest here. I think we are solidly in this black-green archetype. We're doing it again. Why not? And it's really early in the draft, so we might find a second Lumberknot, which would be very ideal. Otherwise, we could just end up playing just a solid black-green deck. I'd be okay with that, too. We don't have a ton of removal at this point. We haven't seen any removal besides the Flame Blessed Bolt, which we did pick. But we also kind of learned that that might not be worth a red splash here. I'm going to take the Toxic Scorpion, I think. It can be a nice 2-drop that can help get us to later in the game. Oh, we've got a couple Death Touch guys. Toxic Scorpion, Fell Stinger. Maybe we'll get the trifecta with the other guy. Help me out. I'm not super impressed with this guy. Because you have to pay 2 mana and discard a card to give it indestructible. And it's just a... Yeah, I found that guy very slow and very clunky. I would rather take like a Witch's Web here. I don't think we're super aggressive, so Witch's Web over Massive Might. And then this is back to our starting pack. Oh, I guess there was a Piercing Light. That didn't get taken? Well, heck, I'll scoop that up. I could also take the Crushing Canopy. That might not be horrible, even in best of 1. Sheltering Boughs. I'm going to grab an Evolving Wilds here. Rural Recruit, I'm probably not going to play it, but we'll take it to... I don't want to have to play Snarling Wolf. I wouldn't mind playing Witch's Web. Well, maybe we'll try that. We are kind of in a toughness deck. Didn't see a second... That's a Sorin. That is a Sorin. Unfortunately, it's also pairing up with the Hero's Downfall, and no way that's going to wheel. But no way we're passing a Mythic. Especially a Mythic I don't have, 4 copies of. Maybe we can get lucky and have one of these come back to us. Even... Yeah, something here should come back to us.
No cost is too great to quell my people's
Dying to serve... That seems kind of risky. I was saying we didn't have much in terms of removal. We could grab the Grisly Ritual. 6 mana does just feel kind of expensive for that. I would rather take another Spore Crawler at this point. Going into white is apparently an option, but we're kind of far off from that. I found removal. Hey, I found our trifecta, the Diregraph Scavenger, but Bleed Dry is definitely the pick here. No questions about that. Okay, so we are solidly in the right colors. Especially when we open a Sorin. Oh my. Maybe there is a case for splashing. I do love this card. But I think just to be solid, we better pick up Weaver of Blossoms here. Because that would actually help us with the splash as well. And I think that is slightly more important at this point in time, unfortunately. We can get another Toxic Scorpion, a Flourishing Hunter, a Blood Fountain, just, again, everything I could ever want. Let's go with the... I do like the Flourishing Hunter. I kind of need more 2-drops. That's what we haven't been seeing, but if we get some Sporeback Wolves, that would be good. And if we don't have 2-drops, we could at least have 3. We have a ton of 3-drops. We could at least have a lot of solid 3-drops, and I think we'll be okay. We'd be okay with a Wolf Strike, too, here. I'm going to take the Wolf Strike, because we do have a couple Death Touch guys. And is there anything we are for sure not playing? We're for sure not playing that. Wedding Invitation? I don't think so. I don't know if we even really play the Rot Tide here. This is where we could start to think about a splash for red. Well, we could have some things to sacrifice with the Infestation Expert. Maybe we pick up... Okay, I took too long. There's the Blood Fountain I've been saying that we'll pick up, so let's pick that up now. Because you guys know me, I do like to have one of those. I'm going to take the Specimen here, because we're kind of lacking in early stuff. I don't think we're playing any of these cards. Maybe I'll just take the Nature's Embrace. Just to, again... We're not going to play 2 Blood Fountains, so I'll just grab this. We'll hopefully replace that with a better 2-drop. Crushing Canopy, hopefully we can replace that with something. We have a whole nother pack to go. If we're really desperate, we could probably play the Crushing Canopy. I have done a Red Splash index before with, for like a single red removal spell. I don't think it matters. And a Flame Breather, okay. Oh my. As much as I would love to take that, I kind of want the Sharpshooter, but I want the Parasitic Grasp more. I do want that. I want another one for standard constructed purposes, but not at the cost of winning a draft. Hey, we got this guy again. Hey, we got 2 of them. 2 Catapult Fodders and an Ancient Lumberknot. I've seen this before. We don't have any of the Phalanxes yet. I think with the Parasitic Grasp now, I don't think we need to run the thing. Okay, I need... Why not? This is just like our deck now. Oh my gosh. We need 2 drops. We need 2 drops. Come on, Sporeback Wolves. I haven't seen any of those. Just give me like 3 Sporeback Wolves and we're good. Oh, this is so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. Our 3-drop spot is very clogged up right now. We're probably cutting this if we find any amount of... we can probably cut Witch's Web as well. Those will be like our first things that we can cut. I need 2 drops. I mean, it's not the ideal 2-drop, but I don't... Kind of goes with the button. No, we're fine on the upper end of the curve. We gotta focus on getting some 2-drops. I don't need a second Persistent Specimen. I only have 1 Fell Stinger here right now. Come on, Sporeback Wolves. We haven't seen any of those. Next 2 packs. Sporeback Wolf, Sporeback Wolf. None of these cards say Sporeback Wolf. One of them does say Doomed Dissenter, which I guess maybe can tide us over till we get to the big stuff is the thing. No Sporeback Wolves. Do I have to take a Snarling Wolf? We have enough 3-drops. I'll take that. I don't think we're playing 2, which is... Oh, hey, this came back. I think I'm going to have to cut a 3-mana card here. The Knife? I mean, we're probably not playing the Knife either. 3 Catapult Fodders and the Lumberknot. Oh, that's so ridiculous. I don't think we're playing any of this. Do I have... Of course I do. They're commons, and I've done, like, a whole bunch of these drafts. Both on and off camera. I did a bunch of drafts of Crimson Vow when it came out, and before I started recording drafts for YouTube. I could splash... I don't think we need to splash anything. We just have a lot of black-green. No Sporeback Wolves, though. Makes me sad. Well, what doesn't make me sad is 3 Catapult Fodders. Well, we didn't get multiple Phalanxes either. So, okay, let's take a look at this. You only have to cut 3 cards. I don't think, well, we are definitely playing Evolving Wilds. I don't think anything else from that we've currently cut is going in here. I don't know that we need the Witch's Web, because our stuff is already fairly large. I think... How many humans do I have in this deck? I don't think it really... Oh, we've got 6. What else is a human here? Oh, the Sharpshooter. Okay, so I'm looking at that. That's a human when you play it. That's a human when you play... Okay, so maybe that won't be too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could actually cut a 2-drop. We could cut that. I have 1.5 billion 3-drops over here. I could cut, like, the Snarling Wolf. I could cut the Persistent Specimen as well. I mean, granted, I can sack it to this over and over, but that's 6 damage for 1 mana, and, you know, with our toughness stuff, we can do better than that. I definitely feel like all the 3-drops just want to stay. Meanwhile, I'm not super excited about Snarling Wolf either. I've only got 1 exploit guy, and so I'd rather have the Doom Dissenter than the Persistent. I think we can safely cut that. So that leaves Snarling Wolf, Witch's Web. I don't feel like we need Witch's Web in this. One, two, three, 4. We could sometimes play that. I think because we have such a concentration of 3-drops, and like just solid defensive 3-drops, like we know how good this guy is at just stalling out. This stalls out most every 1, 2, and 3-drop that we're going to see at the common and uncommon level. I mean, okay, it's not going to stop a Toxic Scorpion, but, you know, so what? I don't want to cut the Spore Crawlers because we don't have a ton of card... Well, we do have Sorins here. Well, Sorins, plural. We have 1 Sorin here. What's our creature count? 18, and we have 6 non-creatures. We might try this. Because I can also see a realm where we just put this on, like, one of our Death Touchers so that it can, you know, do more than just mainly trade. We can stick it on something and just kind of puts it out of the range of burn spells. And then also it does kind of work well with our Lumberknot and even the Catapult Fodder, should we get to that point. So I think the cut here might be the Snarling Wolf. It might make us a little bit more vulnerable in the early game. But again, we can do the massive 13 life gain. We got the Lumberknot. This makes a lifelink vampire. And then we've got our massive toughness guys here at the 3-drop spot that is just completely clogged up. But I think this is the deck. And let's Lumberknot it up again. I'll be right back, and then we'll get into the games. Alright, I'm back. Let's get into the games, shall we? And I guess Anje's not the only one that likes big butts. Sorin likes them too. Oh. Alright. Well, we have our colors. We've got our 2-drops. I'm probably going to lead off with the Dawnheart Disciples, because I can, play the first one, then play the second one, and go attacking. Attacking for 3, that is. We'll see what our opponent does. Our opponent plays an island. Okay, so we're up against blue-red. This setup just screams that they have Flame Blast Volt, but I can't do anything about it if they do. And if they want to Flame Blast Volt, that's fine. Now we can play the Weaver of Blossoms next, because we do have a 3-drop. Could still go Dawnheart Disciple. That way when we play the Weaver, they both get the +1/+1 boost. I guess that's just going to depend what our opponent does here. Belligerent Guest. Yeah, but now I can just go into this right away. Skip past the Lumberknot for the moment. Now let's do that. Let's see who's going to be more aggressive here. That's not a challenge, opponent. Don't come at me with too much. So I could also play the Infestation Expert, and then also play the Lumberknot, and then these guys will damage based on their toughness. I'm not going to block that. Our opponent is attempting to be more aggressive. And there's a Wolf Strike. So I think yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's see what they still are not interested in blocking. Well, I mean, they'd just be throwing away their villager. Rending Flame, okay. Reasonable. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Play that and nothing else. I can play my other Dawnheart and then save... Maybe not even save the Wolf Strike, but use it on the villager. It's not nighttime, though. What gets the most damage in? This and still Wolf Striking something. But that's only for a turn. They use their big removal. They could have other tricks. Why don't we do this? I could do that and also play the Lumberknot. Why don't I do that? And I'll hold back. Yeah, I'll hold that back. see what they have here. Okay, they don't attack with much, so... Ooh. You don't say. Well, now I know... This might get countered. I could use it on the insect. Yeah, because it'll get +2/+0. Let's do that. So if they want to like throw a burn spell or something, they're gonna have to do it on a 1/1 insect. I mean, it'll negate the wolf strike. Okay, that's fine. Now we know. And we have a toxic scorpion. Oh, they have a thing. We'll give that to... Yeah. Oh, that's right, because this guy can fight with his butt. 8, 9, 10, and that is lethal there. You can't just block the 2 Dawnheart disciples, you'd be dead. So, like, they can block the Lumberknot and something else, and then they're still taking a bunch of damage. I guess you can do that, too. And then it's daytime again, so villager not as menacing. We have a toxic scorpion that they're going to have to block. Well, we've got 4 creatures. They have... Actually, they can nullify our scorpion. So I can do that, play another creature... I don't know about that. If I play a human, I just have to draw a human, and I can play that, and this becomes a... Well, that's not going to do much right now. I could still attack. Oh, this actually doesn't do anything with the... Okay. Well, yeah, butt fight. That's still gonna deal 2 damage. Wow, I didn't even realize that. That's really bad. Like, go ahead, block, you're dead. And our opponent realizes that the, yeah. Okay, so yeah, -2/-0 doesn't do much when I have a Lumberknot in play. I didn't catch that until we went to combat, and the game's like, oh yeah, you can... I totally thought they were going to use it on our scorpion, so it didn't just death touch their stuff, but, okay. And we had 3 Catapult Fodders and didn't draw a single one of them. I mean, imagine that. That was our like, aggressive start with the 2 drops. And I mean, obviously, if the game was going to go on longer, we have the Spore Crawler to add more pressure to the board, card draw if it dies, and then the blood. Yeah, this is good. We have a couple 2-drops, and, you know, as soon as we get 1 land, just everything... Probably start with the Weaver first. May as well start with the human, because I do have another human to follow up with if I get another land. Wedding invitation, alrighty. We've been invited. Oh, I forgot to put card sleeves on. Well, I guess I'm not following up with a human right now. I have double black Sorin, and I have double green. That's farther off than Sorin or that, so I'm going to grab the swamp here. And I don't need to give it Death Touch right now. The Scorpion is now a human. That is how this works. So I should get my +1/+1. Even after combat. Okay, so next we have the Weavers. That will make that a 3/3, although now 3/3s don't matter. I can still swing in with the Scorpion, however. 3/3s do kind of matter, because Lumberknot. I mean, I'll just force them to block here. Okay. They didn't misclick or click past it. Gotta make you put in the... Oh, dear. That's not a card I wanted to see. And they are going to go attacking. I mean, well, why wouldn't you? Not gonna block that. Ouchies. I can't play the Phalanx. Catapult Fodder can block. And that does not need to be blocking. Guess the other thing is that's not the play. That is the play. Next turn, if we get a land, we could, in theory, play the Phalanx and flip our fodder, provided it doesn't die here. We are going to totally block like this if they want to go attacking again. Oh, is this thing a vampire? It is not, it's a human rogue. That's a vampire, so they could make that unblockable and force us to take 4. Again, that requires swinging with both, and the fact that they're not slamming down removal... I don't like that. Okay, they are gonna... Oh, okay. Well, they can just make that unblockable, I guess. Well, I have to block the Gluttonous Guest. I can't let that thing... Make my life difficult, opponent. Let's do that. See, if I play the Lumberknot, I could attack only for 8, and they kill me on the back swing. You have an Undying Malice? Or is that just the blood token? Yeah, just the blood token. Okay. Oh, they wanted to gain the life. Okay. Okay, that helps as well. So I can kill that off. I will get a blood token. I want to kill this now before they have any sort of trade. Or can I kill off... No, I cannot. I think I just play the Grasp. I can sack that. Here, why don't we do that? Get rid of that. So I find a forest, and I could play another Dawnheart Disciple. I don't have any attacks here. So next turn I could play the Lumberknot. And that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not quite lethal. Not quite lethal. Whereas they do have lethal in 2 turns on us. But our opponent is also kind of hesitating here. Okay, there they go. Really need Bleed Dry or Sorin here. Blood Crazed Socialite. That's not a card I wanted to see. That is definitely not a card I wanted to see again. Enough of these invitations. I don't like your invitations. I don't see how we survive. Because this thing is just insane and kills us really quickly. I guess we're not going to have time to play this. And we're just dead. Just dead in the air here. Can't do anything about it. I mean, like, I can flip that. I mean, I still technically have a mana. There's 9. I can't even if he didn't have blocker, I wouldn't be able to swing for enough. Because he put card sleeves on and we didn't. Yeah, they can also make their thing unblockable, and there's nothing we can do about it. This is also why I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, this isn't necessary. Like, I have no mana. Because we just lose pretty much instantly to, you know, bomb flyers. I'm thinking, let's go back to the deck. And instead of the Sheltering Boughs, let's put in that Crushing Canopy we got. Because I just always hate dying to flyers. We have the Spore Crawlers that can redraw for us, but this way... Oh, it does not destroy artifact. I wish that said artifact as well. Because then if someone had a stupid dollhouse, we could use it on that. But there's some nasty enchantments. Like, if we're up against white decks, you know, white plays both flyers and Sigarda's Imprisonment. There's nasty enchantments in almost every color as well. Blue has flyers, you know. That stupid black. I swear, I've never beaten anybody using that. It was using that 5/6 flyer. It's just very difficult to remove. Very difficult to play around as well. So there's that. Red also has like the Mana Form Hellkite. Yeah, this is reasonable. Turn 3 gas, turn 4 Lumberknot. Yeah, we don't have one of our 2 drops, but we kind of knew... Oh, they're gonna accelerate. Oh, hi. There's Sorin. I feel like this deck is also going to be pretty decent at protecting Sorin. We're not... Okay, new plan. Fell Stinger's coming out next. Although they will probably just... We'll probably just Flame Blast Bolt it. I suppose I could let them hit me and get the Lumberknot down. Maybe go for a race. We have a lot of 4-drops. I go with the Fell Stinger because if they spend removal, we could always turn around and remove their thing. I mean, I know they have a lot of removal options here. Yeah, there's a Braid as well. Well, that's really annoying. Sorin is not what we play here. I think we just play this. Wolfkin Outcast, that is also... This is just a case where our opponent just started out really fast, like turn 3 Mariner, and it's like, what can we do about this? I have to play the Lumberknot here. So that I can have some blockers. I could bleed dry something. They're stuck on 3 lands, so I mean... But I think we're going to play a defensive Lumberknot. And they got the Wolf Strike. Well, our Wolf Strike is not going to do much, so let's pitch that. There's a Grasp. Oh, jeez. And put it on. I'm still going to trade. I can't not block anything. Yeah, the opponent just had an insane start here. I can... Parasitic Grasp. Yeah, rid of that dumb taxidermist. This at least lets me survive for a turn when I take out the Wolfkin Outcast. I take 5 here. That still isn't good. Of course, if they have any pump spell, I'm just dead. Well, not dead yet. Any removal spell or pump spell just wins them, though. I mean, I have to block it, so I may as well. Do I want to do that, or just chump block with the... We'll double block. We'll still have an insect left. Oh, jeez. Stop, opponent. That does not do quite enough.
I take no joy. You fight for me now.
Dormant Grove, come on. This is ridiculous. You just put a counter on the Toxic Scorpion and you just swing out and win. Or you do that and give me another turn. I mean, this isn't looking good. Block like that. That land comes in tapped. I might just need to use this to make a 2-3 because there's nothing. And Catapult Fodder? I could also activate Blood Fountain, get back. Now I need at least 7 mana to bring out the Fell Stinger. We might be able to hang on here because our opponent misplayed. Oh no, because we would have still gained 2 life if they swung with everything. Yeah, we're gonna make another.
Without me, we're all doomed. You will serve me well.
And no attacks. Ah, that hurt. So we gotta do that. And we're still... Nope, because we did that. Okay. Activate Blood Fountain. Get back Fell Stinger. And, probably the Infestation Expert. I mean, regardless, I couldn't play both in one turn. But here I think we're just dead because they had that Abrade last turn. And if they didn't... Oh, jeez. 3 Abrades. This guy's deck is just ridiculous. Look at this. 3 Abrades, Wolf Strike, the Taxidermist. At least kill the Scorpion. And we're back to a point where we're 1-2 with, you know, basically a deck that we went, or at least a strategy we went 7-2 with last time. So ridiculous. I mean, I think there were a couple points where I could have taken a Gift of Fangs. That would have been great on the Taxidermist. I know we have tons of 3-drops, but it's fine. Oh look, blue deck. I bet they have flyers. And I bet they're gonna die. Oh, hey. The, spider guy. Infestation Expert, okay. We're gonna play the Spore Crawler next. A Weaver. Get our card drawn. This can get really dangerous later in the game. And once again, they're just playing tons of stuff. That doesn't trade. This doesn't stop anything, so... Another infestation expert. I'm not super interested in letting them draw a card right now, but I am kind of interested in drawing, but they've got a pump spell. Of course they do. Maybe I should have played the... probably doesn't matter. Oh, that's a Sorin. No attacks, because we're about to get, you know, massively run over here. I kind of don't want to block it. Three Weaver of Blossoms. Yeah, that's not ridiculous at all. Next up, I could Sorin. But they could make it night, and that would be really annoying. Yeah, and that's what they're gonna do after making a whole bunch of that. Well, we're not playing Sorin. And I know it's a blue deck, so they probably have like Cradles of Safety and crap like that. But of course, if I play it now, they're going to go swinging for a lot. Let's just pass. So they're not going to swing with... Okay, they are going to swing with that. Three, 6, 9. That's too much damage here. Okay, well, fortunately, I mean, we can double spell this turn. Lead off with the Spore Crawler.
Out of my way. I bring my own.
And now it's daytime again, so those things are only going to be 2 3s instead of 3 4s. So much for that. Now, do I make another vampire? Or do I... What else do I have here? I can get back Spore Crawler with this. How many lands does it leave me with? 4? And I could play the Lumberknot. Is that enough value out of Sorin? I can't go attacking here, so...
I won't let this be over.
Or I can't afford to pay life for a card draw.
Deal with this annoyance.
I feel like we should go attacking with this thing, though. Start to gain some life. Save this in case they have a flyer. I don't have a flyer. Oh. Okay. I guess they didn't like the way They must have had, like, lands in their hand or something. They did make that mistake earlier, because I think they did have lethal on us. Well, not quite, because we had the... I don't know. I don't know. That was a very, very rough sort of game. They were kind of passive in the earlier turns when we were holding back with Spore Crawler. And Lumberknot makes those tokens 3/3 flyers, essentially, with lifelink. Pretty good. I wasn't sad about having the, because the other option was I would have had the Sheltering Boughs, which, you know, that just kind of opens you up to getting blown out. If I really don't want the opponent goes first, we have 3 drops, but nothing. We're gonna take a mulligan here. I mean, at least here we can play the Gluttonous Guest. We'll get rid of Wolf Strike. That is not the land we needed. Our opponent is red-white. I mean, we're eventually going to get a forest. Oh, wow, that's kind of sad. Almost as sad as the way this hand is going. I mean, this is a 2/1 first striker. We can do nothing to it. Oh, hey, we can do this. Part of me wants to see if we can get a green source, but I'm gonna drop the swamp for now. I could discard something else, like maybe the Dawnheart Disciple. Nothing screams, I have a combat trick, like attacking into this. Then I'm not going to block. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of the Dawnheart Disciple. It's not going to do anything against that anyway, and none of these are, really. Okay, we found the right land. Maybe now we'll threaten to block. They didn't play anything that turn. Maybe they do just have combat tricks. But, I mean, we could force them to use a combat trick. Maybe they have Nurturing Presence. So then they did not attack there. Interesting. Were they afraid of our crawling spores or something? I don't think there's any sort of plays we could make with one more draw that would require us to do that. I could attack with the Catapult Fodder here, but I think to gain one, or do 1 damage just doesn't seem worth it. Interesting that they didn't attack before, like when they played that. So that makes me think that maybe they don't actually have combat trick. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. I mean, I don't have a reason not to play the Scorpion here. If all they're doing is pinging me for one, we can kind of chill out. Because there's no reason to go attacking with that, because again, the first strike is kind of nasty. But see, they played their Nurturing Presence, and then they didn't attack me. Well, that's not nice either. Ooh, there's a Fell Stinger. With that, I can get rid of one of these Spore Crawlers that aren't doing anything. And I can get a couple more cards. Actually, I can get 3 more cards here. Although, of course, 2 of them would be lands. I'm going to play the Evolving Wilds, because that way we can get that out. Get some deck thinning here. And I have no attacks. Why is a 2/1 First Striker, like, stopping this deck? Of all decks. Catilda, oh, that's not good. That is really not good. I'm gonna need Bleed Dry. That's not Bleed Dry. But I wonder... Oh no, that thing's got lifelink. That's gonna be very, very rough. We have 7 lands here. I mean, playing this doesn't even... Didn't I scry a... Oh, I did shuffle off of the one thing. Again, I still can't really attack into this. This thing is nasty. We need to Bleed Dry for that. Our opponent has a ton of blood tokens, so that tells me that the stuff in their hand is mostly going to be relevant. Or we could also get, well, then they just disturb it. But I mean, aside from the disturb thing, the Crushing Canopy would at least do something there. Dominating Vampire, that's not what I wanted to see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 vampires. You took my Fell Stinger. Okay, well, Fell Stinger is easy enough to block. Could also block it with the Spore Crawler, but I'd lose my Fell Stinger. The real problem is that thing. Oh, hello. No, sir, I am not going to die next turn. But I also don't get to, let's do this. I'll gain 13 life. That will at least keep things going for a little bit. I can also start swinging with that. I mean, our opponent will probably just trade a couple things, but maybe we'll find our Blood Fountain and gain another 13 life. Next turn we'll play the Infestation Expert. Who knows, maybe we can draw like a Lumberknot as well. I guess I didn't need to play my other land there. Oh, another Nurturing Presence. That's not what you needed. Now that stupid Catilda is 6/6. Wolf Strike would be... There's Crushing Canopy. Let's play this. I can always pitch the Spore Crawler now. I can go attacking with that. Problem is with that thing having lifelink. And I know they're just gonna be able to bestow it or disturb it. I mean, I am semi-bluffing a combat trick here. Yeah, I'm better with that because that gets rid of two other things. Not anything I wanted to get rid of, particularly, but yeah, we'll do that. Parish Blade Trainee, that does not do much on this board. I also really wish I had the thing that could exile the Diregraph Scavenger. We couldn't really take the one that we saw. Oh, I could get my Gluttonous Guest back. I didn't really think of that. But getting rid of that is just a little bit more important right now. That at least, you know, makes them take one turn off from killing us. Oh, hi there. The problem is, though, if I can get Spore Crawler and Flourishing Hunter back, we are still going to be hurting. I still don't have a way that I can go attacking or anything. I think once they disturb this, number of spirits and or enchantments, and that's gonna be +5, +5, 6, 7. Not quite dead next turn. I think I'll just launch this Spore Crawler, draw an extra card, hopefully hit, like, I don't know. We can't even cast both Bleed Dry and Flourishing Hunter right now. Or they can also just put it on that. That will definitely do us in. I don't think we even have... We have to play to our outs. Let's pitch this and hopefully get a Wolf Strike. Because if we get a Wolf Strike, we can Wolf Strike the Celebrants. That is not a Wolf Strike. Gosh. Because with Wolf Strike, we could have done one of the things. Can't fly flyers. Yeah, I knew the Crushing Canopy was only going to give us a turn off. Just out of curiosity, what was my next card? I mean, it could have blocked a flyer, but yeah, that did not go well. So I guess once again we've got another, 2-3 record. Because, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Or a lot of times, apparently. But yeah, we're done here. We'll claim our prizes. Weak prizes. And, as tradition, let's go ahead and open our packs. I got one from Set Mastery here as well. Yeah, another dig up. I wish I could press the... Like, when I'm drafting, I can press Alt to see how many copies of a thing I have. I wish I could do that on here so I could just instantly see... I mean, it tells you when it's your first. And another Mimic. Okay. Well, I guess with that, I will see you guys next time. I was really disappointed, especially after the last one went so well with almost the same sort of themed deck.